Holy smokes, I believe it's a pumpkin. Hello Brew Tubers, how you doing? Anarchy in the Brew K here, and today I'm going to be doing a partial mash, my first partial mash, and it's going to be a pumpkin ale. I've got some spicy to go in it, and I've got some goodies, and let's see how it goes. Hope it turns out okay. First time for everything. Let's get the show on the road. Get that pumpkin open. Strange smell. I've only had pumpkin once or twice before in my life. Can't really remember what it tastes like. Get the seeds out. I'm going to roast up these seeds and then grind them later to go in the brew. I'm not worried about all this stringy stuff. It's all flavour, so it can all go in. Two medium-sized pumpkins before the big roast. In with the pumpkin. Okay, so I've got 2,250 grams of power malt, and I've oops, I've gone a little bit over there. 230. Take some back, my friend. And a sweet shop. 200 grams of crystal. That can go into the sack. $85 grams of Caragold, meant to be 100 grams of roasted rye, but there's 105 there. Last but not least, 180 grams of melanodine. And that's our grains. Okay folks, so things are slowly moving ahead. Got my steeping water in there, that big pot. I don't have a smaller pot. Pumpkins are cooked, just need them to cool down a little bit so I can handle them. Pumpkin seeds are roasted. I'm going to grind them up to go in with the boil, I guess. Okay, temperature and probe here. I'm looking for 162 degrees, so put the grains in and hopefully it'll come down to around 150 mark, 151, 152 would be fine with me for an hour. Okay folks, I've reached my target. It's time to steep those greens. Steep them, boy, steep them greens. In they go. Hey, hey, hey folks, call this crazy, but it's working. It's keeping that temperature at a nice, steady 150 at the moment. Or around abouts. Okay, right, back to the pumpkin. While those grains are steeping, now we'll cut up our pumpkin, see what we've got here. Oh, lovely. Get the skin off. I don't know if you could just leave the skin on, for extra flavour, I don't know. But I'm not going to. That skin should actually peel off, actually. Peel off quite nicely. Once it's roasted like that, no problemo. Look at that. I'll test a little bit of this. Oh gosh. Nice and sweet. Nice and sweet, yeah. Can't remember what it tastes like. It's nice. I've had this on 180 for about 45 minutes because I didn't want to do it so much that it was like mash. Because this pumpkin is going to go into that grain bag where I've got the grains in. So I'm just going to, you know, cut it into chunks like that. There'll be plenty more flavour coming out of that. It almost seems a waste. And so beautiful. Alright, back to the beer. Roasted pumpkin seeds. Let's see what blender does to it. Bang. Oh well, yeah. smell coming off of those once you do that. Oops. Hey, it's just like cracking grains. Cracking pumpkins. Lovely. It's a lovely smell coming off of that. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, there's my pumpkin. I think that's enough pumpkin. Got 3 bits left over. I'll munch on those, I think. That's definitely enough pumpkin, I'd say. Okay folks, let's talk hops. For my bittering, I'm going to use an ounce of Target. For my flavouring, I'm going to use half an ounce of Challenger. Also, I've got 1/3 of an ounce here of Yeoman, which is the Yeoman I grew in my garden. And for aroma, I'm going to be using Bramley Cross. I never got much Bramley Cross on my plant anyway, and those hops are ruined now anyway, so I'm going to use half an ounce of Bramley Cross. Well folks, here we are. The steeping is completed. It's been an hour. I've got to say, we did lose some heat. I mean, the last 15 minutes it was sort of about 146, then going down 145 the last 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes. I just hope that hasn't affected it too badly. Okay, my bit of spice water is 168 Fahrenheit. Hey, talk about a Mickey Mouse way of doing things. As long as we all get there safely, that's the main thing. I was going to put the pumpkin in the grain bag, but then I just, of course, the grain bag, it's only nylon, it was going to burn on me, so the pumpkin is going to have to go straight into the brew. Straight into the brew! And I'll be back with you at that, because I'm going to put the camera down to do that. Okay, the pumpkin's in the brew. While it's starting to heat up, when it gets to the boil, I add my first addition of hops. Okay, let's talk additional extras. Root ginger. I'm going to have 2 to 3 teaspoons of that grated. I'm going to have 1 teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of clove. They're whole cloves, there they are.
and half a teaspoon of nutmeg, or is that a quarter? I can't remember, but anyway, that would be going into the boil somewhere around the last 10-minute mark or 5-minute mark. The extract I'm going to be using is Brew packs. That's all unhopped and everything, so how's it going? I just put the rest of the pumpkin in. Couldn't help myself. Happy days. We're nearly coming to a boil, so I'm going to add the extract. I'm going to have to give that a stir quickly, because I don't want that burning on the bottom. I'll get the rest of it out after. It's too steamy, I think, for to be noticeable in there. Can't really see what's going on because of the steam. Oops, nearly lost the spoon. There we go. I don't know how the hell I'm going to cool this pot down, you know. I just haven't got the facility. I ain't got no water chiller. I only got a little sink. May have to take it upstairs and bung it in the bath. Just don't know yet. Okay, we've got a boil. We're on a rolling boil. And so in with our first addition of hops, which is 1 ounce of Target. There you go, baby. Half an hour into the boil, I'm going to add the pumpkin seeds. There you go. They're gonna, a little bit of flavour is going to come out of them. I'm just going to tie a little knot in that, put this down, and in they go. Okay, well it's time for the second hop addition, and I'm going to use Yeoman and Challenger. Okay, so the Yeoman and Challenger are now added to the pot, and they shall be 20 minutes. And with the ginger. And in with our pumpkin spices, or just spices. Okay, in with the last hop addition, Ramlin Cross, 1/2 ounce. And I'm just going to put in a spoonful of, if I can find what I'm looking for, 1 teaspoon of Irish moss. After a lot of mess, and finally, here's the wort. I've just added 1 kg of sugar. I think I've cooled it down too much, but what a hassle. I'm going to get some proper equipment to do proper stuff. What a massive big hassle when you don't have the right equipment. I had to cool it down in the bath in the end. Hallelujah, thank goodness that's over. 23 litres. Right, give it a good stir and pitch the yeast in ale.
Stop it. Just
Now it's time for pitching the yeast, and I'm just using a Young's ale yeast. And we'll put the airlock on, and hopefully we'll have pumpkin ale.